You, what's going on? It's that time. Time to talk about Rika. I should have my Rika attire on, but nevertheless, I still got my daily bread, and my money conscious hat, fully focused. So we're gonna make this happen. Have these discussions, quick Q&A. Let a couple more people get on here before we get it jumping. You know, you already. So this is going to be a nice discussion, man. Bringing some awareness to what we got going on, what we doing. Let
What's
some
up,
more
bro?
people get up on here, though, See what we got. Give it a little bit more time.
What's
What's
up?
up, good brother?
Hey, man.
You
What's going on?
already.
Sitting here. I'm sitting here cleaning my cuticles.
Cleaning your cuticles.
Yeah, man. I had to get my nails together,
Ain't
man.
no doubt. I'm trying to figure out why my shit's so low.
Why your what's low?
Huh?
Why what's low?
My fucking microphone.
You can hear me? Well, that's how you sound. That's how your joint be. Anyway, like that's how it be sounding sometimes.
Oh, okay. Well, let me put my headphones on then. Where my keys at? Let a good brother bring them on real quick. Hold on. See what we gonna get going in. Give it a little bit more time. You already know, man. Rika, we here. We in the building. Let me turn my Bluetooth on. Turn my Bluetooth on before we get started.
What's up,
What's
bro?
up, good brother?
Yo, what's
How you
good?
feeling?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you already know.
What's happening?
Not a whole lot. What's up?
Oh man,
What?
just trying to stay on the ball, bro. Trying to get everything. Just trying to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
trying to
cool.
work,
Let's
bro.
get started, man. Because first of all, this segment is brought to you by Uncle Mill. You know, one of the premier.
What is wrong
let,
with you,
let,
man?
let,
You're
let me stop.
crazy.
Now we having a conversation, man. Let me get in my
No
bag.
question, no question, no question.
Let me get in my bag. What's up, sis? We see you. That's the homie right there, bro. He was up a king with us. You know, I see you out here. He one of the chefs now, so I'm glad he pulled up. But let's jump right into it, man. Where you go, Jason? You jumped off? Oh well, it's me and you, man. Let's make it happen, man. You already know,
Yeah,
man. My name is Cousin Mike, and this is my brother, my partner, Mr.
life coach on.
Okay, life coach on. Okay,
Yes,
bring
sir.
it back then. Life
I'm gonna put you because I'm gonna put you on game.
better say
Just
it. You better
know
say
that.
it.
Yeah, just
One
know that.
correction. So what we wanted to do was bring a little aware, not a little, but hopefully a whole lot of awareness to exactly what we got going on with our foundation called RECA, which stands for Reentry Coaching Academy, right? And basically, what we're going to be breaking down is exactly who we are, what we do, why we would be the most effective in this realm, and we want to tackle how to help men and women or anybody that's looking to change their lives from a place where they didn't want to be to where they want to be. You know, so
But
that's what we're here to talk about. So we're going to start it off with what Rika is, and I'll let you take that on, Jamal. Life coach on, let them know.
so RECA, which stands for Reentry Coaching Academy,
That's a fact.
is a company that was really founded within a prison. Here goes O'Malley joining right now because he's not gonna let me define Rika without him.
No, no,
Go ahead, go
absolutely not.
ahead, go ahead, go
No, no,
ahead,
no, no, no,
go
no,
ahead,
no.
go ahead.
I'm listening. I'm
I
listening.
don't want no
I'm
smoke
a,
with you,
Oh,
cuz.
I
life
want to
coaches,
know too.
life coaches.
No, so listen, so truthfully, the foundation, the basis of RICA was founded behind the wall. We were all in federal prison. I did 13 years.
Which
O'Malley, what did
prison
you
was
do?
that, brother? Which
FC
prison was that?
Federal Correctional Institution McCain.
Okay.
Um O'Malley did. Alfred, how much? I can't remember exactly how much time you did,
10.
but he did 10. Of course, cousin Munch, he did 12. So we were in for a nice amount of time. So the I really have to give you the
I sent
history
you an
behind it.
invite, man.
Yeah, I have to give you the history of it before we move on, so you understand. Um, McCain was it's a federal prison, of course, but it was not a prison when we were there. It was more like a college, right? So it had a different approach to education. It had a different approach to programming. When you come into McCain, or when you used to come into the prison, you were you were greeted at admissions and orientation, which is called A&O, by staff. But then when the staff leave, you got a group of guys that's like, hold up, y'all ain't going nowhere. Like, sit down. Like we want to holler at you real quick. You know what I'm
I
saying? And
want
these ain't no,
to
and
pause you real quick, bro, so you can continue. Please, because I don't want you to said a group of guys. These are not ordinary
listen,
guys.
listen. That's where I was going.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's where I was going.
Okay,
So
okay, let's go.
these guys, because my next words were these guys, right? So
Mhm.
these weren't your ordinary people. These were guys that had 213 years, a life sentence, 25 years, 20 years, been down 15 years, 16 years, 17 years. And stand up guys, like nothing fraud about them, nothing flaw about them, but they're coming there saying like, hey, yo, listen, man, we want to holler at you because what you've been doing and how y'all been living is not the correct way to live, man. And we just want to show you a different type of approach to living. So, hey, why don't you jump in this program? You know what I mean? And we had, and they offered a line of programs. And back then it was Victim Impact with Dr. Gaskew. Shout out to Dr. Gaskew from University of Pittsburgh, because he was very big with his Victim Impact, because he would challenge you. But so the guy, so we had these programs, and one of the men that were in charge of running these programs had reached out to, was it Dr. Ritter, or was it who was it, O'Malley? Dr. Ritter and
The
Pat.
Pat,
water.
Pat,
Yeah,
The
yeah,
water.
Pat Williams, and they reached out to Pat Williams, and their life coach. They had a life coaching institution, so they reached out to him and asked him like, hey, listen, this is what we're doing in this is what we're doing at this prison. We would like to have we would like to have the life coaching experience, and maybe possibly become life coaches. So of course, it's an interesting narrative, right? Because it's like, hey, you got these guys in prison, but they want to become life coaches. Like, usually we're not thinking about the top tier people that are actually life coaches, because if you don't know, like, a lot of people are life coaches. Steve Harvey's a life coach. Oprah Winfrey's a life coach. Like, a lot of people have the life coach training. What's up, big
Because
guy? I see
we
you.
only got a certain amount of time, so
All
I'm
right,
trying
well,
to make
quick. All
sure.
right, well, push
No,
on.
no,
Go. Well, you push,
I would not.
because my
I would.
story's long.
I want you to know. Yeah, they'll kick you off after hours. I want you
Right.
to say, okay, so what is a life coach, and
Uh,
how does a life coach differ from, let's say, a mentor, a case manager, or a counselor? And if I could, Jason, could you answer that for me, please?
go ahead, Jason.
yeah, absolutely. And just one addition onto the story. Don't forget about Susan. Susan
Yes, sir. Miss
we
Folk.
spoke
Yes, sir.
was
Yes,
integral in
sir.
that
Yes,
beginning.
sir. She was very integral, a very big part of that.
But yeah, life coach to distinguishes between other helping fields like mentors or therapy is we believe that the participants in our programs and our clients, they are the expert in their own lives, and we just have to design the space and ask some questions to help them dig deep and design the life of their dreams. Whereas the other helping fields like mentors or therapy, they have an expertise that they're trying to pass on to their clients, and they're trying to give them advice and teach or whatever. But for us, we just want to ask them, we're curious, we want to ask some questions and help them to dig deep and find it themselves.
And I'm gonna give I'm gonna keep it real with y'all from a first because y'all were already on the compound before I got there, and I was coming fresh out of Big Sandy, so my mentality was still on go mode and doing time.
Penitentiary
So
time, right? Penitentiary
exactly
time.
when my points dropped and I got to McCain and those that know on, he had a haircut and he was walking around with a book bag and they was I'm like, what's up with you? You know what I'm saying? We going like, no, we ain't gonna come with me. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say because it's going to my next point about shared experience, right? For a person like me who came out that penitentiary with that mindset, I'm here to tell you. And if I didn't know you, if we didn't grow up in the same household and I didn't know your story, there's no way I would have been a part of the life coaching community. And that was important because if something was that powerful to make you change, then I knew it had to be real.
Right,
Because like I said, we grew up in
right,
the same
right,
household. So with everybody else, a life coach, well, our life coaches, we come from a shared experience that we went through everything you went through.
right,
Everything you went through.
right.
Whatever you could think of, somebody in our organization has been through what you went through.
No
Along with our
question.
sisters,
No
our
question.
partners, even on the
No
female
question.
side,
No question.
coaches in
No
our
question.
intervention. So with Rika, if anybody is, and this is a fact, we just learned the state of, and I'm using a proxy, the state of PA just released that they had 90,000 residents in the penitentiary, and now it's dropped down to what? What do you say, 35,000 or something like that?
It
That's
went
what
went down. It went down 35,000.
it went down 35,000.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
lot of people coming back to society. And anybody that's been released from prison knows what that pressure is like. So, can you guys speak on the importance of shared experience and how that shared experience helped you guys transform your lives?
Right. So, you want me to kick it off?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So, if you think about, if you think about like AA, because AA is major, NA's major, right? And their biggest component is, hey, you're gonna get a success partner, or you're gonna get a mentor that was an addict also, right? So how couldn't you have people that share the same experience but not be a part of the business of returning citizens? You would never understand the frustrations of dealing with administration, staff, halfway houses, parole officers, probation officers. You have to have somebody that understands and a person that overstands it to be able to be like, hold on, listen, hold on, chill. It's that they're not there. Listen, they're not out to get you. you. You know what I mean? They're not out to get you. So a person with a shared experience, like I had become real close with Talib Shakur. He's one of the first coaches, and I was still a knucklehead. You know what I mean? Like I got caught. I was, I went to the hole and I was doing it. I was doing my little thing and whatever. And he would like he wouldn't chastise me. And I was big. He wouldn't chastise me like, hey, yo, look, man, like you doing, like, yo, look, man. Listen, man, strap your boots up, bro. Let's go work out. Let's go kick it, man. Get your head in the game. You know what I mean? Ask me some powerful questions. Hey, man, what's most important to you, man? What do you want to do? Like, what's important? And that's big. When somebody asks you, yo, what's important? And shuts up. Here it is. This man got a life sentence, 25 years. They had just denied his parole. He's doing everything under the sun to get parole, and they still denied him. And here he is still trying to trying to get me to get my shit together. And you gotta respect that, like, damn, man, what changed? What changed with you? And now you got me thinking like, damn, well, what's really the most important thing in my life? And if I say my kids and getting home and becoming successful, then hey, I need to be moving in that direction.
What did you
But I also
say when he said that?
what
What's most important? What was going through your mind?
at that time in my life, my grandmother had died. I had found out that my mother had died, and I still had about 7 years left on my sentence. So the most important thing to me was getting my mind correct so I would never come back to prison. It wasn't about my kid, it wasn't about my children at the time. It wasn't about anybody but myself, because if I'm not correct, if I'm not correct, nobody else is going to be correct. So when I gave him my answer, he's like, all right, so how do we do that? Like, how do I, so how, like, if getting yourself together, getting your mind correct is the most important thing to you, what is the first step that you think that you need to do? And I've never been an idiot. I've always been educated. I've always been a bookworm. Like, a lot of people don't know that about me. I've always been a bookworm. I'll quote some stuff out some books, do some math problems, do some English problems. I love education. So I'm like, man, I need to get some more information in my head so I don't have to do the things I was doing on the street to come back to prison. And when we did that, man, it was big, man, but it was a shared experience because I knew his story. I knew where he had been. And I knew where all the other guys that was trying to tell me, or that were telling me that I needed to do better. You know what I mean? What they weren't even telling me. They were asking me questions like, yo, what you think? And then they let me say some shit out my mouth, and I'd be like, damn, yo, that didn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. It sounded great in my head, bro. Like, man, that shit sounded dope in my head, but it wasn't right. You know
Right.
what I mean? And that's the biggest component of life coaching. The powerful questions that you will be asked, and for you to think about these things, then hear yourself say them. And you might have some off the wall answers that you be like, yo, listen, that didn't even sound right. You know what I mean? So the shared experience, man, is priceless. To have somebody that understands. We're in a society right now where everybody's busy and nobody's quiet to listen to the next person, to actually to actually pay attention to the next person and let somebody speak and just hear them out, especially coming from prison, especially coming from prison. Like, you're blind, like, you are actually you are actually invisible in prison by the administration, by the staff, by anybody. You can be taught, you can speak to somebody, you can speak to your supervisor right there. You work with them for 3 4 years, speak to them while they're with their colleagues, and they'll walk past you, won't say anything. So you're invisible. And here we go. We have a program where, hey, you're not invisible. I hear you. I see you. And what's going on? Because
And
I want to
how do we
know.
see them? And how do we see them? And I want to pose this question to Jason. One of our biggest tools, like Owen just said, is seeing the individual. Not only seeing them, but hearing them and listening, right? And empowering them. And one thing we do is focus on our signature strength. And you got an amazing story, bro. So can you please explain to the people how focusing on your signature strength empowered you and your family and everybody around you, and how became successful based off your signature strength?
Yeah,
Can't see. I
and
hold on. I can't see. I get my glasses. Excuse me, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and about now, and you know what's interesting? I was thinking about that as Jamar was talking about some of his journey in education. That's where he and I met. I mean, he's a first rate educator. We were getting it in, helping the men get their GEDs. So life coaching, and so that's my signature strength. You know, and you know, I've been teaching math ever since I helped my mom get her GED when I was 15, and you know, even before that, I was helping my friends.
Hold on. We're not going to let you just glaze over that normal stuff that just transpired. My man said he helped his mother get her GED when he was 15 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
15.
She got
Go
a
ahead, bro.
job. Yeah, she got a job after that, and we got off welfare, got out the Warren Village, and she bought her house a few years later after she was building her credit all along, but then she got a good job. She was able to get off. Well, Clinton said we had to. He signed the law, welfare law. So, so but
No question,
yeah.
no
So, but I
doubt.
mean, you know, what's interesting is life coaching. You know, I had already been teaching for 20 years by the time I got there at McKean, and but life coaching, or maybe 15 years, but life coaching. helped my game even that much more, because now I really had to slow things down and ask questions. I always understood math. I got math right away. It was no problem. But being curious as a life coach, because I wasn't going to take life coaching. I knew I wanted to finish my degree in anthropology. I knew I wanted to um, be an academic, go to university and do that. But when I saw that, life coaching is believing in the potential of another, and all I have to do is ask questions. And to your point about shared experience, because I have that shared experience, that lived experience, my intuition forms my questions, and it helps me to ask the questions that will help the other to grow. And because we have that same lived experience, we're able to get in the door faster, which I call like a multiplier effect, and we're able to ask the questions that help to the growth. And once I got life coach and Jamarca, he can probably speak to this too, I don't know, but I know once I got it, made me as an educator 10 times way better, because now
No
I
question.
really I really had to ask the questions that if I didn't understand this, what would be the question that would help me to understand this? Or individual students, if I'm reading them right, okay, this is where he's off, and now I get to work with women too, but this is where it's off a little bit. But what question? What question can I ask that will help them the light to come on, right? And it's kind of like what we do outside of mathematics. That's what we do with life. We help others to, like Jamar said, ask the right question in the moment that will help them to the light to come on, and for them to get over the hump or get that goal that they couldn't get before. And that's what we do.
And that's a fact, because I remember when I was still when I first started, because it's and that's what people got to realize. Change doesn't happen overnight. You can have all
At
the
all.
intentions.
At
You
all.
can have all the intentions you want, but it's once a habit is formed, and we're not gonna get too deep in that, but once a habit is formed, it's there, and it's going to take 2 times the work that it took to develop that habit to replace it with a healthier one. So when I got on the compound, even though these guys were, they were life coaches and everything, and I was in classes, I still wasn't fully transformed. But the process was taken. It was taken. So a situation happened on the yard from some stuff from the streets, and I did something about it, and I ended up going to the hole. Right now, while I'm in the hole, and anybody that doesn't know the hole is solitary confinement. All the windows is painted black, 23 and 1. You shower, everything is in there, and you don't get to use the phone for 30 days, and you can't go to the store to buy soap, anything like that until it's the store day, which is once a week. So anyway, I'm in the hole with nothing, right? I don't have a bar to wash my behind. And I'm just laying on the top rack, and I'm like, man, what is he doing, man? Like, you in the hole, you ain't got no money, you broke. What is this street life doing for you? And the questions start coming, because no man will lie to himself. Anybody that lies to himself, that is a very dangerous person. If you lying to yourself, you're a dangerous person. So the truth started coming out. I'm like, man, I'm in jail. Because I want some money. Like, I want some money. All right, well, go learn about some money, then, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff that started happening while I was in the hole. So, and not being able to wash my behind, and I'm a grown man who was 29 years old and didn't have $1 on his account. That was very embarrassing to me, and it was time to change. It was time to lock in. And then after 30 days, and I'm gonna speed this up, after 30 days I finally got my phone call, and I called my grandmother. And I always share the story because it was very impactful to me, because she's no longer here. My grandma told me, I'm happy that you and your brother are in prison, because I don't have to get a call in the middle of the night that y'all been murdered. So when she tells me that, and on you remember, I came to the yard after this when I got out the hole. You know, it really it really put everything in perspective, where what type of life am I living where my own grandmother can't even can't sleep at night, you know? So that kicked the ball in, and then sad to say, 3 months later, she died. She died 3 months later. So the impact was crazy. crazy, and it really made me dig deeper into changing. And we share these stories with y'all because the point is, no matter what you've been through, somebody in our organization has been through it. And if you a person who's been like us, you've been loyal, you done gave your loyalty to everybody who probably didn't deserve it. You done put your life on the line. You've been behind that wall, and your men out there shining. They ain't send you no money. They try to hit your girl. They walking by your kid, and you just feel like, yo, this ain't it no more. You got some men who know how to get out. You got some women who know how to get out, who've been through that. And that's what Rika is. We here to provide an avenue for anybody who wants to do better in life. And that's our whole purpose, and that's our whole mission. So if y'all have loved ones, brothers, anybody that's in the system, it doesn't have to just be PA, but we want to speak on that. Our services are based in Pennsylvania right now. We're on the rate card, so we're in the Department of Corrections. And I say that to say this: if y'all need our help, your mic is on mute too, bro. If y'all need our help, you need Rika. Tell your family member to have their PO, supervisor, counselor, therapist refer you to Rika. And I promise you, my man, I promise you, sister, we will make it happen. We're going to come through and show you how. We're going to work with you step by step. We're not just going to beat you down. We're not going to be over here trying to get you in trouble. It's not like that. We want what's best for you. We're going to walk you. We're going to teach you how to goal set. We're going to teach you about your habits. We're going to teach you about needs and values. We're going to teach you about all the strengths and how to rely on your signature strength to push you to the next level so that no matter what situation you're in, you know how to remove the obstacle and keep pushing forward. I've been home almost 6 years now, and trials and tribulations have presented themselves. But I'm here to tell you, I have never been in a situation in my life like I am today. And I am grateful for that. I've been free for almost 6 years. That has never happened. And if you know me, you know that's true. You get 9 months top. So for me to be home 6 months, for me to change, for me to, whatever you think you've been through, man, listen, if you want out, you can get out, man. Just tap in with Rika. That's what this whole conversation is about. You gotta take your mic off mute, bro. I wish you would. I'm running out of things to say. You're still on mute. You see that microphone at the bottom with the arrow on it? Hit the button, brother. Hey, listen. This is what I'm saying. Shared experience. My man just got out. He's learning how to work technology. You might be an individual who has to go through this process, and you're going to need the support. We still can't hear you, good brother. You got to get off mute. Oh, I'm going to bring you back when I can. Hold on. Yeah, so that's just what it is, man. And the biggest the biggest thing is the biggest thing for real, I ain't even going. Hold up, bro. No, that's real. I'm glad that just happened though. I'm glad because this is real. I was the same way. Technology is scary, bro. Like when you're behind that wall, you're stuck in time. You miss out. There's nothing you can do about it. You don't have access to everything. So you have to come home and have the courage to reprogram yourself and to push. And that's what we're doing. Welcome back, good brother.
Yo, bro, I went through the same thing, man. I swiped up on my phone, bro. Oh my goodness, I had so much problems getting. This is crazy. We need that technology class. We definitely
Ain't
need
no,
that, and I'm
ain't no
good with it.
doubt.
But
Ain't no
I do it all the time, bro.
So I want to speak about some locations that they can find us and where they can find us, how they can get in contact with us, and anybody that needs our service. Just know we here. Go ahead, you can if you would like, bro, you can take that. And if I have any of my sisters from Coaching Beyond the Fences on this live, please send me an invite so I can let you on, and you can speak about exactly from the female's point of view because I know of course, the prison system is made up predominantly men. However, women still go through the struggles too.
Yeah.
So we have coaches for you as well, and we try to keep it on an even playing field by putting men with men, women with women,
Yep.
so the respect factor stays in place. So if any of my sisters, any of our sisters from Coaching Beyond the Fences is on here, please present yourselves so we can bring you on. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, no, and and that's a great point, because we said the shared lived experience helps to form our intuition to ask the questions to help the other grow. And with women, it's especially important that they work with women, and we do cohorts where it's mixed, but primarily, women will open up to women and men will open up to men faster. But yeah, just you already hit it. Like, for someone who's on probation with the rate card, we're on the Department of Corrections in Pennsylvania. We can get referrals now, as we are listed as one of their service providers, from the probation and therapist. And I was you know a little bit more about that, because I had to do something during that part of the meeting. But we have our website, um, www.reentrycoachingacademy.org, and reentry is hyphenated, re-entry, ENTRY, coachingacademy.org. We have, obviously, those of us, someone who knows us personally, has access to us through our phone numbers or our personal emails. And don't worry, we're going to be doing more broadcasts like this. I really appreciate you much for putting this together, because it's so needed. And honestly, there's so much we can do with this. And so we'll be promoting just to shorter, and that we'll be promoting, we'll be reaching out to get our name to you all, so that you have access to us, because we get it. Like Munch said earlier, we get it. We understand what it coming home after doing a lengthy sentence, the culture shock. It's hard. You can't even understand it unless you experience it. But the culture shock is real, and we're trying to adjust to and coming home oftentimes to situations that we don't want to come home to, or areas or parts of the city that we don't want to come home to, and
Shout out
we
to my
have
man
to.
Phil out Harrisburg, man. We'll be out there too. We got the whole state of PA. We coming. Don't worry about
We
it. We
are
on
coming.
our way, bro.
We coming.
Yeah, Mianto was
My bad.
on too. Mianto was on too, so she can. I don't know if she's still on, but she can speak to the women aspect
Yeah,
too. I
she
don't know if she's still on.
she definitely tried it. She definitely asked her how to join on, because I would love for a woman to get on from
Send a
and
request. All they have to do is press send a request.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I just sent you 3 requests. You ain't responding to none of them, so I ain't
No,
we
no,
trying
bro,
kick
bro. No.
it.
You see, when you ask for a request, I hit the button. You came right on.
No, I had to go back out. No, I ain't tripping about that. We ain't gonna get into
Three
all
times.
that
I did it 3 times
this
too.
turns to debate. But yeah, like I would love we like they just said, man, we have women that are on coaching beyond the fences, beyond the fences, and these are women, and women have uh I've heard the stories, like I've heard the stories, and I got a homegirl that I speak to, like she did 7, you know what I mean, I speak to her, and I made sure that when she came home that I was speaking to her to make sure her head was correct and she was in the right space. But they have a way harder time than men in prison, because 9 times out of 10 it's the women holding the men down, you know what I mean, and women that the women's side, hey, I ain't got the person to hold
Got
me
no
down.
men.
You know
Ain't
what I
got no
mean?
men.
And some of them come in pregnant, they have babies. So we can't really speak to that experience. And this is why the most important part of what we do is the shared experience, because I'm not going to speak on it. We're not going to tell you about some things that I've never
Getting your
experienced.
baby snapped from you while you got to go
Yeah.
do your time. We can't speak on
Yeah.
that.
We can't speak on it. And I won't dare do it. So we do. I saw it too late, Melanie. I apologize if you're still on here. I definitely apologize. I didn't see it that you when you asked how do you join. So next time we got to make sure that we fit you in, or fit one of us, fit somebody in for the women, because there are women out there, and we do provide services for women. I mean, family services, substance abuse, mentoring, housing. We got it all. So we definitely are not prejudiced to any women, because women are just as important as men. So
We're looking for
we
partners.
and we're looking for partners. We're not afraid. Listen, we're not afraid to partner with anybody. You know what I mean? The more people, the merrier. And guess what? The better off we are. So
So we're gonna wrap this up, y'all. I'm gonna leave y'all. We're gonna leave y'all with our website, www.reentrycoachingacademy.org, or is it Rika.org? Excuse me.
No, that's right. You had it right, but it's the reentry's hyphenated, so it's RE-ENTRY.
You can follow us on IG, Rika Coaching Academy. Get the referrals, and be on the lookout because we coming to a town near you. If y'all need us, we're here. That's what we do, man.
No question.
Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Look for more things like this, updates about what we got going on, and events that we would like to do in the community. And again, if anybody out there would like to partner with us and push this reentry thing to the next level, we done tried prison, we done tried POs, and I'm not hating on anybody, but I'm just saying the people who actually did the time that changed their lives will most certainly have a better impact with the people who won out. Because sometimes we can't get out because we don't know how.
Yeah.
No
I want
question.
to change, but I don't even know where to go.
Stuck.
So anybody that feels like that, reach out. You can DM us. We all here, man. Everybody.
No question.
Coaching beyond the fences, man. Any last words from you guys?
That's it,
Oh,
man. You summed it up pretty well for me.
I just want to thank everyone too, and shout out to my sis. I saw my sis, my cousins, and I love y'all. And she said she's proud of us, and say I'm proud of you.
Man. I gotta start reading
Question.
comments. We learning technology. We learning.
Yeah.
What?
Oh man, this is
Yeah.
my mother, Kim Johnson. Oh, we got Ricky. Oh, I gotta.
Yeah. There's a lot going. There's a lot. Yeah.
I listen.
Oh, it was cracking.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cracking, man.
James Bond, we here.
Listen, look at Leon. You got Leon. Shout out to
Yeah.
my main man, Leon, man.
Oh, that's the
No
homie Long
question.
Live Weezy. Let's go, man. I see
I see
Leon.
Niche.
That's right. That's right. And my cousin Kadera, we on here, man. Everybody, sis, yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. There's gonna be more to come, man. I love y'all. Get up with us.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right.
Yeah. Awesome.